Virgo, Virgo sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all Virgos starting today, the 2nd of October, 2024. This is Ariel, and today I'm reading with this Paulina Tarot, and I've already purified with this beautiful cologne by Alvarez Gomez. You can find the links to purchase each of these products right in the video description of this video on YouTube. Let's see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Virgos. Starting out with the 7 of Swords. Good for you. Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Coins. Nice. 5 of Cups. Well, can't have it all. It's going to be fine. Let's figure this out here. Okay, let's start with the 5 of Cups. You know, I think a lot of you are expecting the worst. A lot of you are expecting the worst in the future. And what you don't want to do is live in the future or anticipate that the future is bringing the worst. Because for one thing, you don't know. You don't know. But for another thing, you can make a self-fulfilling prophecy for yourself also. So be aware of that. It's better not to even live like that, where you're putting yourself in the future, or you're calculating what the worst case scenarios might be in this case and in that case and the other case, and instead just look at all of the ways that the universe is helping you and is supporting you right now in very practical ways. There's a lot in your life right now where you're being assisted, and it's the universe trying to show that to you and prove that to you, that you have no reason to worry about the future, that your future is safe. But that's up to you to be able to realize that and to know that and to want that and to want to feel like your future is safe. And if you have any sense of a higher power, no matter what you call it, that you truly do trust, then it's time for you to put your future in the hands of that power, rather than trying to figure it out for yourself or anticipate it yourself. It's saying that the conflict in your life has turned around dramatically, that a lot of things cleared up in your life. There's been some things that have really cleared up that you didn't think would. And that's just proved to you that you didn't think that was possible. So you don't know what's possible in your future either. So you don't want to put your own will in a place where it doesn't belong. So you don't want your will involved with the future. You want your will involved with the present moment, because that's where your will has all of its power. You start messing with the future and you might get what you ask for, and you don't want that. And you don't mean to do that. I understand that's not your goal, but it's important to recognize it for what it is, that you have no business being in the future. That's not where you live. You live in the present. And the future will take care of itself in a wonderful way if you take care of yourself here and now. And the way you take care of yourself here and now is to let yourself be assisted, just the way that you have been assisted in the past. Right? Your past has proven to you that things can work out in ways that you didn't think that they could. And if you really look at your past, you'll recognize that when things didn't work out, maybe you might have been involved with that somehow. And I'm not saying that it was your fault, or that, I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is that when you let yourself go and you take you stop trying to control everything and you let yourself be helped, that things do work out for you. And it says here that you have evidence to support that. A lot of evidence to support that. It seems like and that's the other thing. Don't let the ego do revisionist history. There is a lot that in your past that you have to be grateful for. There's a lot in your past that you can point to prove to yourself that things can work out in unexpected, wonderful ways. It's happened before, it'll happen again. Queen of Cups, wonderful. And then the Five of Coins. See, this is it. This is the whole thing. You can't do the doomsday thing with yourself, especially when you're doing so much work on yourself. It says with this Queen of Cups that Virgo, you're really working on yourself. You're really strengthening your ability to manifest. So that's why you don't have the luxury to hang out in doomsday predictions for yourself and worry. Definitely not assume the worst, because that's a type of arrogance that you just don't, you have the luxury to have right now, because your power to manifest is really big. And that's because you've been working on yourself. And I think sometimes we forget, I've been working on myself, so that means I'm more powerful, and that means I have to take more care as far as what I allow myself to contemplate, and the kinds of emotions and thoughts that I harbor and concoct for myself. These doomsday scenarios that you come up with in your mind are not the will of the universe. That's not the will of the universe for you or for anybody. And the universe wants you to be happy. The universe wants you to be safe. And the universe wants you to be prosperous. And you are almost certain that it's going to hell in a handbasket, it's saying here. And you want to let that go. And again, use your past to help you. Use your past to help you to just look for those times when you did things worked out in ways that you didn't think that they could. It's saying here there is plenty of evidence to support that. Not only that, but like I said earlier, you have plenty of help right here, right now. Now, for some of you, that help is purely on the non-physical. You've got like spirit guide help, that kind of thing. And for some of you, you also have people that are helping you. And that's another indication that the universe cares for you. So this Queen of Cups is everything for you. This is where your power is growing. So anytime that you're doing meditation, anytime that you're working with whatever manifestation type techniques, whether it be magic or law of attraction type things, or working on your psychic development, whatever those things are that you're doing right now, remind yourself that as you do that, you're becoming more powerful. And that means that you have to be a lot more cognizant of what you allow your mind to do, and the kinds of mindlessness that you used to be able to get away with, you can't get away with anymore. You can't just allow yourself to go off into tangents like you used to be able to do, because you used to not have as much power as you have now. So this is a major change for you, that that it's not just positive thinking either. You really have to be vigilant, because the ego mind says, oh, good, more power, let's go in there. Let's go in there and use that power against them. Let's go use that power against them. That's what the ego's programmed to do. Use your power against you. But the ego only does that because it doesn't have any power. So the only power it has is to try to convince you to use your power against yourself. So recognize that for what it is, and just make a new choice and just say no. As much as I feel sort of compelled to allow myself to, go through a bunch of mental machinations about how awful everything's going to be, I don't have the luxury to do that anymore. I have got to be this Queen of Cups and really lean into what I do want. And that's how much power you have, not only for yourself, but for everybody around you. So it's like, it's almost like, I wish I hadn't worked on myself so much, because then I'd have the luxury to do whatever I want with my mind. But you have been working on yourself. You are powerful, and you don't have that luxury anymore. You don't want to be a menace to yourself, right? By allowing yourself to get into all of this, to get into all of this. Oh, everything's ruined and nothing good's going to happen. And look, I just know it's going to be awful. No, none of that. None of that. You can acknowledge those fears and then dissolve those fears by bringing them into meditation with you, with the purpose of dissolving those fears. And how do you do that? Very simple. You relax. You relax. You notice what you're feeling in your body when you're thinking those things, and you relax that area of your body, and you ask that infinite intelligence move through you and dissolve them. And all you have to do is relax and let it go and let it be removed. You don't need to run away from these fears, but you do need to handle them. And the way you handle them is by acknowledging them and dissolving them. And you dissolve them by relaxing and doing everything that you're doing. Whatever, you already are on some kind of, I don't know what, everybody's so different. You're already on some sort of path. So use that same path to dissolve these fears. Don't allow these to have a life of their own. Whatever this spiritual path or whatever you're working on is working. So use that, whatever that is, to handle these fears about the future. Because like I told you, that's just the ego trying to get you to create those things for yourself. But you're not destined to go into any of this. None of this is the will of the universe. All of this is a concoction. And so you can use your past to help you. Remember all the times that things have worked out better than you thought they could. Let yourself be helped with whatever help is in your life right now. And definitely whatever work you're doing that's working so well to make you so powerful, let those techniques, whatever those are, dissolve these fears. And say, well, if I didn't have these fears, what would I want? And that's what you start thinking about. You start manifesting what you do want rather than allowing yourself to doomsday on yourself, right? So it's very, very important week for you, 2 weeks for you, to completely turn this around and not indulge in this even a little bit without bringing it into meditation or bringing it into whatever work you're doing and dissolving it. You don't pretend like those fears aren't there, but you also don't indulge in them. You gently acknowledge them and then you let them go. And you let them be taken from you. And they will be. And you're going to do great. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. We'll see all you Virgos in another couple weeks for another 2-week reading. Until then, blessed be.